Second question is, as Mr. Chan actually says about his sessions with the youth, because I went to Hong Kong in 2010 to take a look what are the youths doing, and I realized that they have this mock parliament session that was spearheaded by their YMCA, which I think that it would be a very good idea to actually put it into Singapore, because there is really some two things which is a success story. Number one is the UN mock conference, which a lot of schools are doing, which they actually talk about certain issues in the world. And number two, of course, the Hong Kong example, whereby they actually have a lot of policies, whereby they actually debate certain policies, so that the government can actually adopt such policies, so that we can have better ideas and new ideas for the government to look into. Thanks.
Okay, so actually like what Amy has said, not only the youth parliament, I think soon we will also have one of the UN, what we call the model UN. So these are all platforms for our people, the youth, the young at heart, and Singaporeans at large, to participate and get involved in the dynamics of how policies are made, sort of competing tensions, and so forth. These are all good platforms. I was at the last one organized by REACH and the NUS for the model parliament. I mean, I'm very happy to see young people coming forth to debate such issues, and I would like to provide more opportunities for them. The only thing that I was a bit skeptical was that I don't want people to get involved in the form. I want them to get involved in the substance. When people get very involved, like learning how to address the Mr. Speaker, sir, Your Honor, and then they use very sophisticated language, they learn to hit the bench, the seat, the armrest, like people in Parliament clap. All those are quite fun, and those are form. Actually, what we want are more platforms for our people to get involved in discussing in depth. It doesn't mean that every discussion you must come up with a fresh idea, brilliant ideas, and so forth. Sometimes discussions are such that you may not find consensus to come up with new ideas. But having gone through the process, even to understand deeper why certain current decisions are made, that is useful. That is useful. Because not all of us grow up having the opportunity to figure out why certain things are done in a certain way. When I was young, I was always taught that, when we are young, we always like to remove fences. But before we remove the fence, it's always useful to find out why was the fence there in the first place. And that's a good philosophy that, I was taught when I was young. And I always ask myself that I must give credit to the people who have come before me, that they have good intentions and they wanted to do certain things. But maybe every generation must reevaluate whether the circumstances are still relevant. Because policies are only as good as it being relevant to the circumstances at a certain point in time. So if we don't understand the circumstances have changed, and for whatever reason our policies are unable to keep pace with the demands of that particular context, then we would have not done as well as we want to be. Not only do we want our policies to be relevant at a single point in time, I think we want our policies to be future ready. That means beyond just tackling today's challenges, we set in place the mechanisms to preempt future challenges.